If you're rushing through your skincare routine every day thinking it's just about the products, you're missing an opportunity, and you might be contributing to your own burnout. This video is about how making time for skincare rituals can bring you back to life. Routines are all about efficiency, productivity, and really just getting things done. How you're going to add to the unconscious habits you have on a daily basis, right? And when you create a skincare routine, it's really easy to get caught up in just checking the boxes. Cleansing, toning, and moisturizing. Self-care rituals are all about intention, but also presence. So let's talk about how we can cultivate that through skincare. Starting with the easiest, you can bring more presence and intention into your everyday skincare routine. If you're someone that's kind of strapped for time, or you really just don't have the energy, you can turn your everyday routine into a ritual some days just by doing this. You could choose silence, right? And just really focus in on how your hands feel gliding across your skin. Really connect with the process of putting the products on your face. Take time, look yourself in the mirror, love on yourself a little bit, okay? You can also use affirmations and you can do breath work. But my favorite is when I do my skincare, I turn on a song, specifically an affirmation song. There's lots of them on Spotify. I can make a quick Spotify playlists of my favorites. They look like this. This one's Affirmations by Gray Ziegler. It's basically affirmations in song form. It gets stuck in your brain. You remember it because it's just like learning any other song, especially if it sounds good. So I turn on a song, I start my skincare, and I sing along with the words while looking into the mirror, okay? That's my easiest self-care skincare ritual. That one costs no money. It's easy, effective, and an instant mood booster. But if you want to take it a step further, my personal favorite is working herbs and natural ingredients into my skincare routine. I'm a pretty DIY type of girl. So I love homemade stuff, and I love machines that allow me to make homemade stuff. So I have this machine that turns everyday kitchen ingredients into collagen masks, and I just love it. And I started out using it, choosing ingredients that would be good for my skin tone because I'd be trying to fix my hyperpigmentation. But as time went on, I started choosing herbs and ingredients that would also soothe me emotionally. And that's what took it to the next level for me.
Please add collagen peptide. Please wait while processing.
Right now, my favorite's hibiscus tea, just because I make it to drink and I always have some left over. So I put it in my skincare too. The one in this video is a jasmine and green tea mask, but that's because I just went on a green tea kick. But the machine's really cool. It gives you the instructions on what you need to do to make it. The version I have is the speaking version, and it also prompts you to clean it afterwards. So it's super easy to clean up, no mess, and you can just take the collagen mask and throw it out after you're done. And then I take the mask and I just lay down on the couch or on the bed with it and relax while my skin soaks up all the goodness from it. And I always recommend laying down with this mask because I just hate that feeling of water dripping down my neck. So laying down kind of, I can stop it from happening a little bit. But you don't need a machine to do this. You can make a lot of DIY masks with herbs that are just simply mix in a bowl and apply to your skin. I just think the machine makes it easy and less messy. I know you hear a lot about making sure you do your self-care, and it probably sounds like a broken record by now, but did you know that self-care, like skincare rituals, are scientifically proven to be nurturing? There was actually a study done that explored how skincare treatments affected the body and the mind. They took two groups, Group A and Group B, and one group received a skincare treatment for an hour. The other group they allowed to just rest. And they measured and scanned everything from brain activity to muscle tension to heart rate. And the results, they'll make you want to go into your bathroom and start right now. They found out that Group A that received the skincare treatments had 42% more brain relaxation, which is critical when it comes to self-care. They also noticed a 13% increase in heart relaxation, and their breathing became calmer by 12%. And on top of that, their muscle tension eased by 17%, all in comparison to the group who was just told to lay down and rest. And that's just the body. Group A also experienced more positive emotions. They studied the tone of their voices and the words that they used, and they found that Group A used more positive vocabulary, and the way they presented themselves appeared as if they had a higher sense of happiness and well-being. So you know what that means? It means that facial skincare is not just about clear skin. And I think it's time we start to honor that and make time to honor it as a ritual that taps into our deepest relaxation systems to help ease the tension in your body and help improve your mood. And this is critical, especially if you're someone like me who kind of struggles with high cortisol. So now that there's proof that skincare can boost your wellness and your well-being, you don't need to feel guilty for spending that much self-care time on yourself, okay? Another thing I love to have in my rotation of skincare rituals is facial steaming. I got this cheap little facial steamer off Amazon and it's lasted me for years. The very first time I got a facial, it honestly was the steam for me. I immediately went out and I was like, I need to have this at home. And steaming, it like opens up your pores, but it also gives your skin that like supple kind of feel, that soft, supple feel. But outside of the skin benefits, it also gives you some time during the day when you probably never do to just close your eyes without falling asleep and slow down. It's super beneficial, but it's definitely not something you want to do every day. So it's perfect for a ritual. One of the biggest questions you might ask yourself is, when do I need a ritual instead of a routine? And the answer could be right in front of you in your skincare and your relationship with it. If your skincare feels kind of like a burden or just another box to check off instead of like an intentional moment to care for yourself, it might be time to start leaning more into rituals. Your skin itself could also be a big litmus test for how well you're nurturing yourself internally. Like if you've been neglecting the emotional and mental side of your self-care, it can definitely start to show up in your skin. Not with every condition, but more like breakouts, dullness, dryness. A lot of the times the condition of your skin can mirror what's going on with you on the inside. And when you are presented with the opportunity to have intentional self-care time, especially through your skincare, how do you react to it? For me, once I started setting aside like intentional self-care time for my skin, it became less about the results all the time and more about feeling calmer and more in tune with my body. Okay, so let's talk about more skincare ritual ideas. You ready? For example, how to build a better relationship and emotional experience with your skincare. You can go into each step as if it's something that you're doing for your emotional being energetic field. All right, so this is what I mean. That probably sounds crazy, but this is what I mean. You can think of cleansing as like a reset, okay? When you're cleansing your skin, you're not just, like getting the dirt and impurities from your skin. You're also washing away the day, getting rid of everything that might be piled up in your mind. Okay, you with me? Or using a face mask. I love face masks, any kind, but using a mask and incorporating it with your mindfulness. And pair the two of them together. So if you want to journal as a way to release emotions, you can pair that with a specific face mask. Okay. Or you can apply your serums and moisturizers with like different things you're grateful for and just speak that out loud, because your words have power and intention. So try that out. I also have a few tools that I've tried out. They're kind of new to me, so I'm still working them in, but let's talk about them. I've tried out the new Derma wand, high frequency wands that all the estheticians use, and they emit neon and argon gases. I think the argon one is like treats acne versus the neon one that is anti-aging, but it comes with a bunch of different attachments you can use on every part of your skin. So I find that as like a fun ritual when I'm like masked out or like skincared out. And it also has a comb attachment, so you can get that scalp. Wait, okay, so I just got sent this one. It's a vajacial kit. I know, controversial, but it's skincare for everywhere. So it's a vajacial kit from Divine Derriere. I got some footage of me trying it out for the first time. PG, I promise. But yes, this one was a turmeric and vitamin C hydrogel mask. And you're supposed to use it like, because it's turmeric on the darker areas of your bikini line and stuff. I used it after hair removal and it was so soothing and like cooling down there. I had to stay still, but it was like a self-care experience I didn't know I needed. So that's another one. And technically skincare. What else? Yeah, I got into gua sha when I realized how bad my TMJ had gotten and how like just like tight my jaw muscles were. And that helped relieve a lot of my pain. It's also good for lymphatic drainage. So there's that. Facial exercises. There's this woman on TikTok and she introduced me to the world of facial exercises to keep the muscles in your face tight so you don't get as much you know, drooping as you age. They're really hard when you start out with it, but if you keep going, you can definitely see your facial muscles getting stronger. And I think that's super cool. And yeah, those are just some of the ones that I've been using, depending on what I feel like is going to give me the relaxation that I need and give my skin what it needs at the same time. Next time you do your skincare, don't just rush through it. I want you to do one of these rituals and take more time for yourself and just feel the difference that it can make. All right? I'm sending love and healing your way. Bye.